Right, well, I was given -5 minutes to talk to you, and I just want to point to our vision statement. We've had wonderful sharing. I don't need to open up the Bible and tell you, the good news. You've already shared the good news of God doing stuff in your lives, and you've all heard that. But our vision statement, united in Christ, we reach out to build loving relationships that deepen faith and enrich lives. That's really a faith statement about who we want to be, as much as it is a statement about what we see going on in our congregation, but also where we want to be focused on and going and heading towards. And I guess the examples that has been shared are really examples of those last couple of points. Building loving relationships that deepen faith and enrich lives. We heard about relationships of love where people know each other and are known by others to such depth, in such a godly way, that people have shared, I guess, that someone was a sounding board when they needed to just vent or blow off steam or just share or lighten their burdens. Others were stories of inspiration that energised them through what others had to bring or to share or to put into the collective. We've even heard how those relationships of love rebuke and call us back and keep us accountable and keep us on track to the things that we want to do, that we know God has called us to do. Relationships like that, when they're that kind of love, are like Christ. They're like Christ to us, and I guess part of our vision statement is that we want to be that for others. We want to be that kind of person, that Christ light, if you like, to others. We want to love other people in such a way that they might know all those things, that they might have a sounding board, that they might be encouraged and inspired, maybe even called to account when they need it. But that their faith would be deepened and that their lives would be enriched. That's our vision. That we might find ourselves in those loving relationships that are deepening our faith and enriching our lives, and that we would give ourselves to relationships, whether it's in a small group in someone's home or whether it's maybe just in smaller ways across this larger group, but also out into our world. We're called to do that, maybe not to full depth, but to some of that depth. We're called to encourage and to listen, and we're called to do all of those things in some parts to people that maybe we don't even know, people that we meet in the shops or at our work. That's our vision. Not because we think it's a nice thing, it's because we think that's what God has asked us to be and to do. God's called us to be in relationships that resemble Christ for our own sake, that we can be blessed by them, but also that we can be a blessing to others.